Hello world! Welcome back to another picoCTF 2023 write-up video. In this video, we'll be walking through the General Skills Challenge Special. Let's get into it. Don't power users get tired of making spelling mistakes in the shell? Not anymore. Enter Special, the spell-checked interface for affecting Linux. Now, every word is properly spelled and capitalized, automatically and behind the scenes. Be the first to test Special in beta, and feel free to tell us all about how Special streamlines every development process that you face. When your coworkers see your amazing shell interface, just tell them, that's Special, TM. Start your instance to see the connection details. And I've already got the instance started right here, so let's go ahead and connect in and see what we're dealing with. Alright, and here's the shell, I guess, and it looks like Special is the shell that we're going to be interacting with. So let's just try typing in some commands, and it auto-corrected it to is, right? Because ls isn't a typical word in the English dictionary, so it gets the next closest word, which is, and it capitalized the first letter. Let's try hello. It does that too. So clearly we need to bypass this shell, and there's one method in particular that works really well, which is interpolated commands from strings. And the way you can do that is by $, open parenthesis, type the command in, close parenthesis, and you'll see in the little error statement down here, we can actually see the command displaying out here. So let's try another one. Let's try uname. Oh, that didn't work. So let's try ls. Okay, there we go. It says blarg, which means that's either a file or directory in this location, or whatever location we're currently in regards to where the shell's being executed. So let's actually try doing ls tag l so we can see what type of file that is. Okay, so that's interesting. It looks like if we try to put a space in, it breaks the injection that we're trying to do, the payload. So that means that spaces are kind of being filtered out and ruining our input, which sucks because that means we can only type in one-word commands. Let's go ahead and just try echo hello, and let's see if that works. Nope, see, something about spaces is throwing it off. So we need to find a way to bypass the space filter. Well, I found on Hacktricks this nifty little bypass Linux shell restrictions page, and if you scroll down, you'll find a bypass forbidden spaces. This sounds exactly like what we want, right? Because the spaces are what's throwing off our payloads. And I found that the one that worked the best was this second line right here. IFS is the internal field separator, as you can see here, and you can set it to be whatever character you want in place of a whitespace character. IFS can be any kind of whitespace, \T for tabs, \N for new lines, \S for spaces, and so on. And it implicitly determines what that is. As you can see here, echo IFS test would be echo space test, because the IFS would determine that that needs a normal space there. So since IFS is kind of like a global variable we can set, they're setting IFS to a closing bracket here, which you could technically set it to whatever you want. And then it's using that bracket in place of spaces. Pretty clever. So we're going to use this to our advantage, and we're just going to go ahead and just run this command as is and see if we can't get etc password to print out to the screen. And sure enough, it worked. As you can see, the etc password file is now displayed to our terminal. Okay, so we know that this bypass works, and we can use this to our advantage. So let's assume that blarg is a directory that stores our flag file. So what we're going to do is, and since I can't really type arrow keys, so I'll have to just type it out by hand. I can't really modify it once it's typed in, unless I backspace it. I'll do IFS. Let me zoom on this a little bit so you can see it better. IFS, oh right, you want to do it interpolated. IFS equals, closing bracket, B equals, and then we'll say ls, closing bracket for space again, slash, blarg. And then, let me go ahead and scroll back up so you can see that again. Remember when we did ls, we got this blarg directory right here. And then we want a semicolon and then $B, closing parenthesis. And that should print out the contents of our blarg directory. And in fact, it does. And we can see flag.txt right here. So all we need to do is cat that out. So we'll do the same method, interpolated ifs, assign that to closing bracket, b equals cat, and then another closing bracket for another space, and then blarg slash flag.txt, semicolon, $B, closing parenthesis, and there's our flag. Spell check is the worst. So we'll copy that, paste it in, and submit. All right, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe to the channel to show your support. Turn on post notifications to get regular injections of cyber content directly into your feed. Check out our Patreon, join our Discord, and follow us on Twitter. Links in the description box down below. And leave any feedback or questions in the comment section down below. This is Almond Milk. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, world.